Hi everybody, Gabrielle here. Give it a few minutes, see who comes in. We're going to be doing Divinely Guided Messages tonight. So I pulled out the Vice Versa deck, the Psychic Oracle deck, the Psychic Tarot Heart Oracle deck. Slightly different but similar. I pulled out the Universe Has Your Back deck. I also pulled out a new one, and this will be my first time playing with it. The new, what is this? Can I say it? the Why? The Numis Astro deck. I'm sorry, the font had me tripping. Look at that. We're gonna play with that. Hey y'all. Thank you for joining me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And just for fun, I pulled off the little tab from my cup of tea that I'm having this evening. Because, you know, messages are messages and they come in all forms. So for the mind space, and this is how I'm using the Psychic Oracle deck tonight. So the mind space is a 4. Rest and rejuvenate. Get stable, get grounded, right? And for the heart space, it's funny, right? We pulled the crown chakra. So once again, it's a need for our minds to come to a period of rest. Meditate. I know today was probably the first day I've really taken some time to meditate several times in a day. I was even able to make some bracelets and jewelry. I've been slacking on that sort of thing. You know, you finally get a pause. And I feel like with the holidays coming up, no matter what it is you're celebrating, or if you don't at all, right, there's a period of rest. Because most employers are giving you time off because it's federal, right? But there is a definite need for some quiet time. I feel like going into the new year, this rest and rejuvenate, I feel like is a preparation because 2020 is a 4, right? And so we're all going into this period of stability, this period of abundance, really. But 4s are interesting because they're great in one hand, but they can be stagnant in the other. And so it's very important to maintain your balance, especially your mental balance, so you don't get carried away. I know right now it's pretty chilly most of the country, right? Winter is upon us. And so it's not as comfortable to go outside and sit on the ground. But if you dress for it, I really do feel it'll still be beneficial. I know I wouldn't necessarily put my feet in the earth at this time, but you can put your hands on the earth. You can bear that. You can sit Indian style on the earth and, you know, ground that way, or you can squat and just put your hands down, you know. Make contact. Allow the air to really be felt on your skin, you know. Feel the sun rays, even through the cold. Be at rest. Be rejuvenated by the energy all around you if you just pause long enough to absorb it, to gather it, to pull from it. I also feel with this referencing back to the crown chakra, even in the heart space, you know, it's like, it feels like a broken record every time I say the word download, but you know, that's really what it is. They happen frequently. They really do. People take for granted all the small bits of information that you get, that out of nowhere, a mental block has been lifted and you get something. That's a download. They come large, they come small. But I don't get the sensation that this one is small. This is the reason for this. This doesn't even feel like a hint. This feels like this is a requirement, a necessity. Rest and rejuvenate. Take care of your health. Recover. It's flu season too, So you have to be mindful of that. Take care of yourself. Rest and rejuvenate. Take this period to do that. Hold on, I'm going to check. Yep, downloads coming through. Thank you for joining me, Carolyn. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like clogs, what do you call those things? Yeah, clogs moving. Can you see that on the card? The emblem itself, it looks like a cog in the wheel. Things are starting to move. The mind is moving. And that's 7. Isn't that a personal number for some of you? 7? A life number, life path number? Might even be a time to take a spiritual retreat, a sabbatical. Yeah, it's interesting because I found myself not even last week researching those sorts of retreats in my region. I wasn't 100% satisfied on what I found, but maybe I'm looking too far. This is your own backyard, you know what I mean? Don some pious clothes, go blend in and go ground. Just be. There's some evergreens right now. Or evergreens are always green. You could go, find some pine trees if you need to feel the energy. Pine puts out a lot of heat. There's a lot of energy coming off of a pine tree. What was I looking at? Oh, wow. Okay. So it's funny, right? Because I had pulled out this Numis Astro deck, and the card that came out is Aries, right? And I'm looking in the back, and when I saw them, they looked like pine cones, right? I was like, huh, interesting, pine cones. And so this message could hit home, especially for an Aries, that you might need to just simply go, and the act of collecting the pine cones itself, that in itself can be some sort of mindful meditative walk. And there could be, I'm not even going to say could be, there will be a moment where you'll take a break, you'll rest, and then you're going to receive a download. And for those of you who are not in any way, shape, or form, sun, moon, or rising, resonating, or have Aries as those signs, which you'll find it'll be this information will stem and stimulate radical action. You are gonna, it's like that creative block is finally gonna be removed. Hearing that kid outside, there's like the return of youthful exuberance. Aren't Aries known as the teenagers of the zodiac? Quite literally. I'm going to read what this card says since I referenced it. It says active, self-starting, daring, fierce, assertive, fiery, exhilarating, innocent, on a mission, bossy, driving, sparky. courageous, selfish, macho, impulsive, argumentative, competitive. I'm going to show you the card. I'm bossy, right? Now this card listed the best attributes and some of the not so great attributes of the sign of Aries. But at the same time, this is a time to rest and rejuvenate, because once you receive this information, this download, it's going to have you jump started. It's going to have you moving. There will be no sitting still. So it's very, very, very important to rest. I have the same card out here twice. In the vice versa deck, we pulled the Four of Swords. This card here for rest and rejuvenate to me is equivalent of the Four of Swords. And if I check the book, I know that blue is going to be air energy or the like. Wow. Yeah. And in this period, yeah, get outside, really. Touch the earth, really. Charge up, charge your batteries, recharge your crystals. Not to mention, there is an eclipse. Is it on Christmas Day or the day after Christmas? Hold on, let me look. Solar eclipse. First day of Kwanzaa. And it's a new moon. It's going to be a doozy. You have to rest, because when this energy rolls through, it's going to be like, and we're off. So please, the next couple days, right? What is it? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, take these next 4 days, really, and rest. I'm going to heed this advice myself. I will not be ripping and running. I will be resting as much as humanly possible, because I need it. We all need it. We run ourselves ragged, especially those of us who who've been working. And I don't mean just physically, I mean spiritually. Spiritual work is more tiring than the physical work, because the human body was conditioned for work. Like we are literally built for it. But spiritual work, emotional work, that is draining, that is taxing. Releasing those toxins are brutal. You ever see an addict go through withdrawal? I'm looking at these cards out here, and I feel like for some, this is going to feel like withdrawal. And see, oh, and look, I said the word work, right? And then look, this card for the universe has your back says, the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. Come on, y'all. You rest so they can work. I like that. I like that. Don't, in the scriptures, it says, God will give you rest. You'll know. You'll know when you get rest. You'll feel it. Like you won't have the go-go's. You'll be sated and content. There's a peace that comes upon you. And I know for a lot of folks, I do want you to know, this is messages, divine messages. I have 4, 4, 4. Okay? And for some of us, right? You've been on the twin flame journey, right? And it's tiring and taxing. That was the most thoughtful thing she's done. I'm sorry. You okay, Fee? Wow. We're not even going to discuss that. Let's just say I just watched Fifi ascend to a higher state of comprehension. Now, it could have been a happy coincidence, but I don't think so. I'm going to read it at the highest vibration allotted. Wow. Sorry, back. Right. So, for those of us who've been on this journey, your twin has been like an addiction. The journey could be an addiction. The whole quest for union in itself has been, in a lot of ways, a spiritual codependence. I know, right? Just the rattling around in the mind, the endless thoughts. When are they coming back? Are they coming back? You know what I mean? All of that. It, even though we keep hearing, the point of it was never about union, right? And it's like, as you finally truly come to terms with it, that the third parties, can you see that? That existed within the union were put there for growth. For your own personal growth. It was to remove, for a lot of people, an overly romanticized ideal version of love. And it really was time for it to go. And now that you're finally recovering from this exhausting space, right? Now that you're really recovering, now you're beginning to, it's like see. You're able to speak. You're able to, even to a degree, watch and listen, the little zodiac spying you do online, watching tarot readings, trying to see what they up to. Even that doesn't have the same impact that it once did. Like, mm-mm. It's taking you from a place of very juvenile communication to a person who not only has restraint in what you say and how you say it, but also the power within to stop someone dead in their tracks from approaching you with anything that isn't unclear. You're like, you're cutting through everything. Whereas before, you were kind of blinded and kind of a youthful exuberance. I'm going to say Zeitgeist of it. Like, the fervor of the twin flame and what it is and the notion. Like, really. And you've really done great work to grow yourself. That's a great jump from the Page of Swords to the Queen of Swords. It took a period of solitude. This person played a lot of games. A lot of games. A lot of mind games. For no reason, honestly. Because they could. The Five of Swords is on the bottom of the deck, and I can't help but see four swords, Page of Swords, five swords, right? But then we have, with the Queen, we have six, right? So we have this spiritual growth, this progression in your own spiritual journey that has transpired, not even in spite of, but because of. You should be very proud, because I'm looking, right? And it's like, this is funny. Because what I'm getting looking at this Nine of Cups, it's like, you wanted this call. All you wanted, right? Oh, I know what's coming. Alright, here we go. You've been waiting and wanting this call, right? From your counterpart. You have. Who wouldn't, right? But here's the thing. You waited so long, right? You actually elevated. And now, here this person looks like, see on the other side of the card? See? Here they come, making their approach. But you've ascended. It's like, oh man, I almost feel bad. But they took too long. It's like, and Elvis has left the building. Like, really, they took too long. And now that wish, that dream, now this person wants to return and take a stand and fight for this. Like, really. Now they've matured, they've grown some. They're ready to claim what they perceive to be there. But you've done a lot of work on yourself. You've done so much work on yourself. You've been busy working in the 3D, but like I said, spiritual work takes more energy. This is why you have to rest and recover. See all those phantom pentacles? That's all the spiritual work and growth you've been doing. That's astounding. And you've been maintaining a job? It's time to pause. I get this, you running yourself ragged. It's too late. Like, you don't even know how to get back down there. You feel me? You've come so far. And to some, it may not even seem like that, but you don't fail to realize she's flying. She's flying. She's soaring. You're soaring. You've ascended. This person, they missed it. And look, and I'm telling you, they gonna put up a fight. They are. They coming back on the baby, you the best I ever had sort of thing. But anyway, look at your inner child looking at you, making sure you stay focused, making sure you're concentrated. You know? You've come too far. You've worked too hard. Even though you've waited for this. Seriously, you waited for this. Not because I told you so. Not because I knew I was right. Because you were due. But at the same time, what good is it? You pulled the, look, you pulled those swords out. Learned those lessons. You look, you didn't even backbite this person. You didn't talk trash about this person. You held it together. You really did. You just cut it off. Those swords are held in a scissor. You just cut it off. Maintained your radio silence. But here comes this person wanting to cut through the block. See? See the swords there coming through? See the sword here? Trying to push through. This person's been trying to push through both physically, spiritually. I mean, mainly spiritually. But at the same time, I see pentacles and I see wands. So there's a chance this person's tired of just using, energetic means. And is going to have to physically, or at least pick up a phone or whatever, and have this conversation. Told you. That's the Five of Wands. This person's ready to fight for the union. I mean, really? Look. Slowly making their way. And it's really because, again, energetically, you've blocked them. They have to do something. They have to. I don't like that. I mean, you know what I mean. You done moved on like a boss. I'm going to need you to release your nails. Release there. Thank you. Too struggling up here. Yeah. I think the other reason why you need the rest, because, say for instance, right, you've been waiting all this time, right? And this is what this feels like. You waited a long time. A long time. Some people, 7 years, you've been waiting on this person. For others, not so much. For some, it's been a year. You coming up on Christmas again. Maybe I spent last Christmas together. You know what's funny? I do. I feel like there's some sort of memory. Holiday memory. This person that went down memory lane and shit. Went digging up old memories. Stirring shit up. This person could have gone through their own healing. You know what I mean? Sometimes when I see these cards like this, I'm like, again, this is like some spiritual 12-step program. And for some, a literal 12-step program. And they got to go talk. They got to talk to people. People who they wronged when they were young, and now that they're mature, they're going to try to make amends. Whatever this is. Again, I do. I feel like it's some sort of 12-step program for them being a better person. This could just be like self-help. This doesn't have to be anything really organized. You know, it's funny, right? I remember reading A Christmas Carol growing up in school, and then the book, not the book, watching the movie. And recently FX redid it, and it's amazing. I haven't finished it, but for what I've seen, it's really well done. And I was trying to describe it to someone, and before I even read the description, it resonated to me as a Dark Night of the Soul moment. And when I clicked on the info button, that's literally what it said. So I was like, wow. So maybe for whoever this is for, you or your person, what they're coming out of could be a dark night of the soul. And usually when you come through things like that, I know when I did, and I'm not saying you won't hit another one. Shit, test is hard. I don't have all the answers on this stuff. I don't know how many times you can have one. I would hope and pray only one you hit rock bottom on that shit. I pray only one time in life you had to have a real come to Jesus moment. Because, boy, I tell you, it is a low place to crawl out of. But when you crawl out of it, you do feel enlightened. You do feel better. It is easier to cut ties with people, to focus on things that are more important. It's a shame that we can be so stubborn as people that everything has to be shaken to its foundation in order to make changes. But then we have other, especially like in Western culture, right? Western society, you find that a lot. In other societies, right, you don't really see that. And most indigenous populations the world over, you find the use and practice of psychotropic, no, am I saying that right? I want to say psychotropic, but I want to make sure that's correct. But it's hallucinogens. But I'm not advocating people to experiment with things on their own irresponsibly. No, not at all. I'm just pointing out that in places where people use such things, you don't have a lot of the issues that we have plaguing us in Western America. I mean, Western society, not just America. You know? And it's not a cure-all, but it can drastically alter your perspective in life, giving you a new outlook. But when you refuse to do it, or you don't have legal access to such things, and you keep beating your head against the same rock, the universe steps in with these tower moments to try to save you. And it's a much rougher process, you know? So it really does feel like somebody's person is like, hey, I'm better now. And I think if you don't take this period to rest and recover and rejuvenate, this person could come in and knock you down. I was just saying, I don't know, you floating and shit, but you don't even know how to get back down. This person could be that way. You have to stay focused. I'm not telling you what to do. Whether what you do is what you do. You just have to make sure you're in a good space. That's all I'm saying. Because if you're not in a good space, you may not be able to see the growth this person has gone through. If you even perceive it as growth. Point being, take care of you. Love you. Let me check the comments. Hi, ZZ. Mystic's Corner, that shit's funny. You ate an edible and had some downloads. Fifi's doing great. Hey, Tanya. Oh, you funny, Carolyn. Yeah. Wow. Just really got to make sure you're in a good space. Look, and my little teacup wisdom said, people who love are forgiving, right? Right. But how forgiving are you? I think you about to be tested. The sad part is, right, this is a logical decision, right? And that's what I'm going to tell you. No matter what happens from this point out, this is logic. Because even in the heart space, it's reverting to the crown chakra. Wisdom. You're going to have to use your best judgment. This is not like a head over a heart. Even your heart's like, nah, you're going to have to use your best judgment. But you won't be able to do that if you're not in a good space. You don't want to be approached by somebody when you're feeling low. You're more vulnerable, easier to be taken advantage of. Especially by this sort of energy, you're the twin, you know. But I don't feel like you're not in a good space. I feel like you're doing well. I think that you're probably going and pushing too hard currently. And so, you know, remember balance. Balance is the key to everything. And I'm looking here. For some, I feel like you might need to let loose a little bit. You know, maybe some of your recovery is doing some things that your inner child would be happy with. I don't know what that is for you personally. But you might want to let them out for a little bit. That might be healthy for you. And then on the other hand, what you need that rejuvenates you might be a little intellectual stimulation. Who knows? Maybe you need to, you know, verbally spar with someone. I don't mean debate, you know, just a little verbal foreplay. Get the old neurons firing. You know what I mean? Like, find your version of R&R. Rest and rejuvenate. Rest and relax. But do something during this period to make yourself feel better. And then I really want you to fall back on any sort of real spiritual work right now. I want you to just be in this space of mindfulness. I want you to continue to meditate. And if you consider that spiritual work, then I stand corrected. But whatever. But I need you to do that. Save your energy from what's not necessary. You know what I mean? Maintain those blocks. Maintain those walls. If you turned your phone off, leave your phone off. It looked like airplane mode. Ooh, for some of y'all, right? I guess what's gonna happen, you might want to check your phone. You might have accidentally put it on airplane mode, or you will. Or maybe you should. You know, keep them calls from coming through. Those messages from coming through. But be careful with that, right? I feel like there is important communication wanting to come through for someone. It might have been a little premature the moment when you decide to do it. So if there's a feeling telling you, you know, don't do it, listen to that little voice in your head saying not yet. I don't know. I guess that's special. I don't know who that's for. Mm, mm. Somebody done floated away looking for something deeper. Mm, mm, mm. Follow the call to spiritual ascension. In the end, that's really what's making you the happiest. You find the most fulfillment there. And it's like, even though at one time you might have found that whatever this was, this union, could have been successful, it could have been. But it's like, once you gain this higher ground, you realize that it was bigger than that. And now you're like, you're in a defensive stance for it. You know, it's like, no, I'm really okay. And of course, for those of y'all who are in happy connections, you know this shit ain't for you. Now mind your business. I love you though. Yeah. For some of y'all, I'm trying to tell you, it's about time to move on. You know, Aries is like a spring card, ain't it? I just got spring fling. I know we ain't looking for a fling, but that's just how it came out. Maybe you'll meet this new person, right? Look, right in the middle of her chest, there's a heart tattoo. Maybe in the spring, you gonna meet this person that's gonna just open that heart right on up. Gonna light that fire. Things is gonna move fast though. This is why you have to rest and rejuvenate now. Seriously. Time's gonna fly. Winter go fast. It do. Next thing you know, there's buds on the trees. Birds are back. You know, winter go fast. Mm, mm, mm. Look, I told you. Same energy. It's like the page and the queen. Page looking at the dude, right? Little kid looking at the dude like, can I trust you with this, man? Are you sure you're not gonna take a run? See the door open right there? The kid's looking at the guy like, I don't know. I don't know. If I turn my back, will you continue working? Or are you gonna make a bolt for that door if it opens? So you're you know what I mean? I don't know. Some conversations between like your inner child and your higher self. Be like, the inner child talking to your higher self like, yo, can we trust this ball right now? Like, is he gonna lead us astray? Is she gonna lead us astray? Will they maintain their laser-like focus? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Absolutely interesting. Yo, Carolyn, you're hilarious. Oh, that shit funny. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Quick to cut a person, huh? defending what you've created. I get that. Why not? You're probably doing the best that you've done in a long time. I would defend it too. But don't gloat. I get a little gloating energy. Don't gloat. I feel like this person, their world has crumbled. Quite literally. And you vibing so high right now, it's like you kind of sense it, but not really. Like, you know something up, but you like, whatever. Yeah, I do. You need to rest. Yo, this energy is quick. It's quick. I know a lot of readers, I don't know. I go back and forth with swords and wands with the energy. Swords feel much faster. Air feels faster to me than fire. Because fire is fed by air, you know, so it spreads according to how much air it's been given. And so for me, you know, air moves faster. So I'm just going to say 6 days max. But, yeah. What's in 6 days? Hold on. I know, I should know these things, right? 29. So New Year's Eve, right? Whatever gonna pop. For some, you gonna know something. You gonna get some sort of communication. As short as tomorrow, as soon as tomorrow. No more than 6 days. I feel like for some, you're gonna find out somebody, their marriage, kaputs. Like, done. And they've been waiting, healing, recovering themselves before they reach out to communicate to you. This could either be you or them, but, you know, somebody's a little testy. Could be them. It's probably them. Because they're having to come to you to try to work on something that clearly they didn't want to at one time. They played with you. This is why you have to use your mind, right? You have to remember. This is why even the heart space is pointing to the crown chakra, because they're asking you to really, really think. Seriously. This ain't a time for talking. I'm going to need you to think about what this person has put you through before you jump. That's why your inner child's talking to you, like your higher self, like, yo, man, this door about to open. You know, this person's almost finished with this work. Like, yeah. This is not a head over heart decision. This is a straight head decision. I've never seen this before. But I ain't been doing this all that long, so I'm sure there's lots of stuff I ain't seen. But boy, I tell you, I ain't never seen this before. But I think the most important thing is you just focusing on yourself. Stop thinking about the situation, period. Like, mic drop. Stop thinking about it. Do something else. Do something fun. Do something relaxing. Do something that's going to make you laugh. Like, really. Do things that's going to continue elevating you. Like, I look at this 9 of Cups, and it's like, for real, it's the 10 of Cups, because she's holding that horn, and that horn doubles as a cup. You know what I mean? You are complete on your own, you know? I feel like, even with the teacup wisdom, saying that people who love are forgiving. Yeah, you can forgive, right? But that don't mean you gotta embark again. Why don't you just do you, and if the moment ever arrives, right, you'll be relaxed and you'll be able to just feel what you're feeling and, examine your thoughts instead of competing with all the racing thoughts you've been having about the situation. And then you're just overwhelmed and confused and don't know what to do. So just breathe. Come on. A nice exhale. Come on. Do it with me. Relax. It's fine. Hey, speaking of resting and rejuvenate, right? Did y'all see the Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy? I kept saying we waiting for his kids to grow up, and don't you know he said that 10 kids. He said they finally all grown. I was like, yes, that's literally. I knew that. I knew that's what we were waiting on, cause I don't know him personally, but he loved his kids, so he had the money and time to devote to him. So why not? And we've been patiently waiting, like good little fans. Yes, Eddie. Yep, and it was hilarious, and I love them bringing all the other black comedians back. Like it was great. It was superb. Check that out. You can get it on demand, and if you want, you can just get the best segments on YouTube. But at the same time, the whole show was fantastic. He was nearly in every sketch. Right. I feel like the more you pray on this situation and let go and let God, the better off you'll be. Seriously. I don't think this communication is going to be very mature, though. I don't. Like I said, I feel like this person's going to be a little defensive, and it's going to come out, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're going to be agitated. No one likes to admit when they're wrong. Even if you can do it, no one enjoys that shit. You be lying if you said, yeah. You may not mind, right? That's a different ball game, right? That's almost indifference, but it's not even. I don't mind admitting I'm wrong. So, like, but for most people, they'll argue you down. You can't grow that way, but this is different. Like, this person had to suffer. They had to go through their own heartbreak. They had to heal all the crap they put you through. They had to go through themselves. And it's like, not only the agitation and somewhat bitterness of dealing with karmic justice, but also having to walk their ass back because their heart draws them to you. The Nine of Cups, you are the wish fulfillment, right? So it's like frustration on their end because it's like they tried. They tried to let it, not necessarily let it go, but they thought they was getting away with something. They thought they was getting a better opportunity someplace else. For real, for real. They did. And that's not what they were greeted with. They were greeted with treachery, apparently. And so now they've got to, swallow their pride after they healed. And not only do they have to swallow their pride, then they got to show up real big. I mean, real big. That's a lot for one person. And this ain't me being sympathetic. This is just me looking at what's here and, okay, I get what you're going through. Don't mean I actually, feel any ways about it. You should fight for what you want. And if the person's not biting at first, shit, that's your fault. You messed that up. Fight some more. What you gonna do? How bad do you want it? Just saying. That's, and like I said, Missouri, bitch, show me. I'm gonna keep moving. But how bad do you really want it? How many hoops are you really willing to jump through? Look, love is forgiving, but it ain't say you had to be like, okay. You're like, this is like double dare. I triple dog dare you to show up big. Show up big or don't show up at all. Like, really. And I don't mean like trying to buy somebody's affections. Hell no. I mean putting that time and attention and that emotional investment. dealing with the rejection, and still persevering, still pushing through, and still reaching out, and still, showing that you're committed to a situation. Just saying. I don't think that's some movie shit. I think that's like you've hurt me shit. And a ring ain't shit. People take them things off all the time. What are you willing to truly invest? Because you put a lot of investment into yourself, those watching. So, look, for some, it ain't even much, but it ain't the point of it not being much. You're proud and you're happy of what you have and what you've accomplished. I'm looking at the Seven of Pentacles up here, and even though I have the Eight, it's phantom, but on the real, that's hard work. Between the two, like I said, that's dual work. You working spiritually and physically. That's a lot. It's I also get the feeling that, listen, it's okay to celebrate right now. Don't go crazy with it, but reward yourself. You have put the hard work in. It's okay. Have a Mai Tai on me, right? What's that line? Um, Running scared. The dirty cop. That's what he said. But whatever. If you can get away for a little bit, get away for a little bit. Screw it. If you find a last minute deal, take it. Just enjoy yourself right now. Really and truly. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, because, wow. I feel like there's a mind job coming in. And it's going to require you to be bold and courageous. It might even require you to be a little selfish. And I don't say that as a negative either. So please don't think of that way. It's not a negative. Not when you're talking about self-preservation. Like, for real. Alright. Yeah, man. Excuse me. Turn the camera. Edibles are great. Hey, Darcy. Hi, Sarah. Right, that's exactly what it was, Mystic. Zizi, you deserve so much better. Hi, Divinely Guided. Darcy, I don't know where you live, but there's always free shit to do. I promise you. There's always free shit to do. There's Christmas villages everywhere right now. I don't care what your religion, right? There's samples. Look, there's beer gardens. There's stuff all over. Oh, thank you, Dana. Mm-hmm. Like, really. It's time to rest. Have a little fun. Don't go overboard now. For real. but do something for yourself. There's always free stuff. I promise. There's free stuff. Going for a walk is free. Having a picnic with whatever you can find in the cabinet is fine. You know what I mean? Like, do things that bring you sheer pleasure. Reading a book is free. Going to the public library is free. Oh yeah, fuel is expensive. I'd be astounded by the fuel prices internationally. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it is. But you know what? I believe in the power of manifestation. Look, I do. You'd be surprised. If you, I don't know where you are, but if you do the Meetup app, right? Sometimes you can actually get carpools, rides, and meet up with other people. And I know it's an adventure, but find things you're interested in. Yes, it is. Being at peace is the most beautiful, free thing you can achieve. Oh, good. Okay, cool. Right, Carolyn? Oh, that's beautiful. See? And look, you're going to turn around and turn a quick profit on that, Darcy. And then you'll have the money for your fuel, and you'll be back up and running. Back out there finding antiques and beautiful collectibles, just like you love to. Alright, Holy Spirit. What other messages do we have for those who need to hear them? What other messages do we have for those who need to hear them? That's a lot. Ten of Cups, bottom of the deck. So, Knight of Wands. Emperor. Ace of Swords. Ten of Swords. Eight of Swords. Tower. Nine of Swords. Lovers. What in tarnations? Interesting. Now we're using the vice versa deck, y'all. Just to remind y'all, reiterate. So, could be potentially a Sagittarius, right? Knights of Wands. Hold on, I think that Capricorn as well. No. Or Scorpio. Could be Sag or Scorpio with the Knight of Wands. We have the Emperor looking out over his kingdom, right? Good. You got somebody rushing in, right, real quick. Trying to reshape some things. Wants to actually show you that they've learned to control their passions. Has learned to keep themselves at bay. No longer a person of uncontrolled extremes. Ah, there we go. This person has gone through this is a removal of the blockage that was in their headspace, the crown chakra. It's like now they know. It's like the ego had to go. Now they know. Now they know the whole time that what they wanted most was not only within reach, but they had walked by it to investigate some other BS. It's like what they thought was fun was leading them into just the darkness. Yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah. It was a blockage in the crown chakra. Got enlightenment. Mm. Now this person's like, shit. This person, oh, I don't like this. Because you, alright, look. Well, dang. This person had to go through their own betrayal. It just repeats. But this helped them get out of this situation, though. Whatever they went through here, it dragged their ass down to the bottom of the abyss. Like I said, sometimes you got to hit rock bottom before you realize you've always been free. You know what I mean? Like there was never anything really keeping you held up. It was just your own choice to stay put. But whatever this is, it was like a boom tower moment. Mm. It's all this dark night. I guess it's that time of year, huh? Dark night of the soul. All right. Tower nine of swords. Look, 10 of swords, 8 of swords, tower 9 of swords. Get out of here. Yeah. That look like hell in a handbasket, don't it? But it freed them. I forget which reading I did earlier, but it was definitely one of the zodiac readings I pinned earlier, where it was talking about the chariot, like it was divine intervention. Like these two people was tied together and had no business being tied together, so the universe stepped in and had to unhook them motherfuckers. Just saying. Mm. Boy, tripping. Seeing shit. Seeing shadows. Mm. Somebody gets no sleep. None. You can't sleep. They won't let you sleep. That's new. I didn't get that in the reading. I just that part with the divine, with the unhooking of this chariot. They had no business being together. Oh yeah, them thoughts. Oh, but I feel like these is entities, these is spirits playing with you. I do. You not supposed to rest right now. Nah, you supposed to have a fire lit up under your ass with this Knight of Wands energy, getting a move on, getting back to where you supposed to be. Now, the irony of this, right? I'm going to be real. I'm going to keep it so 100 right now. I'm saying all this to you, but this shit resonates with me. So, if you in this motherfucking chat room, oh my goodness. Bruh. Bruh. For real, though? For real, though? That's wild. Mm-hmm. How you doing? Let me check out these comments real quick. Oh, great, Darcy. Hi, Delilah. Dana, I love that idea. A bear tore apart? Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what? I'm going to share this with y'all real quick, right? So one of my clients gave me this great little jar, right? I thought the idea was adorable. So I guess it was a Pinterest idea, right? See, it's just a mason jar, and there's like just some confetti, sparkly confetti. But what it says, right, hold on. Joy jar. Write a note of a joyous moment each day. At the end of the year, enjoy reading all of the magical moments of 2020, right? So look, that's free too, right? So do things like that for yourself. You know, I have a whole bunch of post-it notes and little index cards. I was wondering what I was going to have a use for them for. I was like, oh, that's great. Just saying. Oh, shit, Darcy. Yeah, this message is for you. That's funny. Two people dropped out. Yep, yep, yep. So I was like, hi. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, Padawan, I told you, I know y'all energies. Oh, thank you, Sharon. And Darcy, listen to that voice. Get a move on. All our inner children deserve to be free and free of the wounding. Look, this is what I wish for every person in their inner child space. Look at that. Give yourself that long deserved hug you've always wanted. Really, bear hug yourself. Really, really. And Ten of Cups isn't always romantic love to me. It's not. It's a union of the masculine and feminine energy within. And the way I'm looking at it right now, anyway. Mm. Why am I hearing that song? You can ring my bell, ring my bell. Yeah, I feel like this divine masculine got they bell rung. I do. But it was necessary. Wow. It was really necessary. Archangel Michael, you the ish, boo. You are. You be working hard in these streets. Boy, I tell you. Mm, mm, mm. Look, on one side of the lovers, right? You have them looking to the stars for the meaning of it all. That's like the beginning of the journey, right? Where you're like, oh, union, and oh, we're destined to be together, and all of that shit, right? And then slowly but surely, what happens is what's supposed to happen, right? You were seeking the divine. You were seeking the divine. You were seeking balance. You were trying to understand it all. And because of that, right? You slowly got to this point. For those of you who are coming into union, who are experiencing union currently, and this is what you have to look forward to if you maintain the course, if your partner maintains the course and does the personal work, like really does the work, then you can look forward to something beautiful where it's like the Two of Cups, where you're seeing each other eye to eye, all orchestrated by something greater than yourselves. The masculine energy still with all the passion and drive required and needed, and the feminine energy with all the allure and seduction and nurturing that's required there. And a little bit of each resides in the other. And so now you come into what we call a perfect sort of balance. But that's only after this shit. This divine masculine. Whoo! Whoo! Now, you could be a woman resonating with the divine masculine energy. I don't care. That's just, it's not about gender. It's how you feel. So maybe you're going through the remnants of your dark night of the soul. You could be hearing voices going through this tower moment. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, whoever said karma, yeah, baby, that was spot on. But it's like now you're understanding that, yeah, that was all karma. And it all had to happen. All to bring you into your power. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Holy Spirit, what you got for us? What else do we need to know for the collective? What else? We're just doing messages tonight. So maybe someone needed to know that that's what their counterpart, their masculine, was going through currently. Wouldn't surprise me. But at the same time, you know, I'd be like, who? 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 What you got, Holy Spirit messages for those who need to hear them? Uh-oh. Now the Nine of Wands comes out reversed. Alright. Knight. Excuse me. Okay. That's so funny. Now we have the Knight of Wands reversed. The Ace of Wands. Five of Cups upright. Well, flipped over, you know what I mean. Then we have the Temperance card. The Ace of Swords. Ten of Cups. Page of Cups. Three of Cups. And the Hierophant. So interesting. So now we have a slowing of momentum. It's like there's someone's getting signs, right? Maybe you saw a hawk recently. It's a good possibility. Or some bird of prey. You saw a hawk or an eagle. You saw a bird. I want to say a red-tailed hawk. Or you're going to see a red-tailed hawk. And that's going to be your sign. Because right now you don't know. You want to take action, right? I don't know who this is for. But there's someone who wants to rush in, right? But right now they don't feel like it's a good idea. That doing that would be smart. And so now this person is waiting on a sign when to jumpstart this. Don't worry. I feel like it's going to happen soon. I do. I feel like you're going to go out for your morning run or your workout or whatever it is you do. And you're going to see this, I'm going to say a red-tailed hawk. And you're going to be like, okay, it's go time. It's go time. It's like, okay, now's the time to, you know, not continue on this this pity party, you know, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, it's like, okay, now's the time to balance this. For whatever reason, that hawk really is going to be significant. It's going to be a sign from God, a sign from the Archangel Michael, actually, to take action, for you to reach out, to Um, yeah. I'm looking at the gold cup pour into the silver cup, and it's like, it's time to share this energy. Share your emotions now. That hawk will symbolize and signal you to move. Because whatever reason, on that day, you will be in short victory in your endeavor. That day, I guess all transits going to be aligned. I'm looking at the two emblems on the temperance card here on the vestment. And that's why I'm like, okay, so it's something to do with the energy transits. And it'll amplify whatever your endeavor is going to be on that day. Sinking bowls. Oh, they haven't. Oh, wow. It's been a while since they've looked like singing bowls, like Tibetan singing bowls. And the little votive candle holders, the really nice ones you see in holy temples. But that day you see the hawk will be the day you get your wish fulfillment, your Ten of Cups. That day is a day to offer your love for this reunion to take place, for the relationship to manifest. That day. That message is definitely for a Sagittarius with some strong Taurus placements and some heavy water as well. Yeah. Yo, yeah, something about that day, the transit, your power is going to be at like max. Just off the freaking charts. But a hawk is your signal. Wow. Wow. And for some, the day you see the hawk is the day you ask somebody to marry you. Whoa. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a very auspicious day. Some strange ass day. Just random. Wow. Listen, I better get a fucking email. I'm not even playing with y'all. If this shit go down, right? Wow. If somebody just show up out of Easter blip talking about they saw the sign in the heavens, they saw the hawk, and they know you love hawks, and so they thought it was a time to reach out, and they show up with a ring talking about they want it all back and shit, ask you to marry them, I better get an email. I'm not even kidding. Uh, Forewarned, right? It's a fishnet cup. Love and marriage, love and marriage. Get together like a horse and carriage. Careful. See, there's a page right here. Right after that Ten of Cups. Three of Cups, you know, a little union, little fun, little sun, little wah. Careful. It's all good. It's all good. I see a marriage. I do. I do. I see a proposal at the least. I don't see the Four of Cups. I mean, the Four of Wands. I don't know. But I saw Four of Wands next to the Hierophant. I'm like, okay, this is a wedding. Nah, this is a proposal. Three of Cups, Hierophant. Nah, nope. Ten of Cups, Page of Cups, Three of Cups, Hierophant. That's a proposal. You know, sneak up on you with it. Come over and talk about, hey, can we have drinks? You want to go out for a drink? Can we catch up? Something like that. Shoot the shit. Yeah, man. A whole lot gonna come out. A whole lot. Like, interesting. Wow. Alright. Somebody waiting on the right sign. You gonna get your sign. Sage, you gonna get your sign. I don't know when, but you gonna get it. Y'all funny. Hold on, let me see, Tanya. Holy Spirit. Tanya. Job closing. One card, please. The moon came out sideways, honey. Tanya. I don't think you were supposed to find that out, actually. And they're not really wanting to tell me. That's kind of like partly true. It might be closing, but it might be reorganizing. I don't know. Let me see. Can you? Can I just say, Tanya, I kind of feel like whoever told you that knows how happy you are with your job, and this person is, what came out after that, right, was the Nine of Cups, the Strength card, and the Four of Swords, right? I feel like this person's just trying to mess with your peace of mind. Even if that is true, I don't think it's all the way true. I don't. Anita Ward. Carolyn, what does that mean? It seems like the Divine Masculines collectively are going through some major tower moments right now. Good night, Mystic. Wow, Darcy. There's a lot could be you coming up on you, honey. Oh, divinely got it. Must be something in the air. Hey, Ray. Oh, wow, ZZ. You're welcome. Alright, Darcy, let me check. How's her counters, health? I don't know. I don't know why it's all you. It seems to be resonating a lot with you, honey. How's his health, Holy Spirit? He's on the road to recovery. Oh, that's funny. Tanya, be nice. Darcy, I feel like your guy had some issues with drinking. Um, I feel like he finally said something to someone, and now he's in like AA or something like that. Like he's getting in control of his emotions. Yeah, he's recovering. He's gonna do fine. All right, you want to know about your finances? Ooh, I'm not. I don't. What? They're telling you to look back to something you did in the past in terms of your finances. There was something you did before that was very successful, Darcy. That's so funny, Delilah. Yeah, I don't know what you were doing in the past that brought in a lot of success, but whatever that is, you need to re-examine that template and in some way replicate it. I don't know what the hell that means, but the Six of Cups, the dude's on the balcony looking back like, damn, how do I reproduce that? What it was something you did very well. Do it again. Maybe it's the way you're arranging things. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of space you're using, but maybe grouping things better. Beautiful. I don't know. Yeah, that maybe take a step back. Huh. Do you have like a display window or something? I don't know. Go outside and look from the street and see how things look. Like, I don't know. So maybe you have to put yourself back into the perspective of a shopper. Like, organize things the way you would want, the way you would. I don't know. This is, there's something about the order and beautifying the order of it all. Maybe things are too crowded, too bunched together, but you get some space in between. I know a lot of times a lot of old vintage shops have just a lot of shit in there, and it's hard to see unless you have an eye for that sort of thing. I get it. Massage therapy is hard work. But no, maybe look at it from a retail perspective, like the way the clothing store was organized. There's something in a way there's an organization here. Like lining things up, just making it make functional sense so you can see what's going on. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Darcy. If my home is not orderly, it reflects of my mental space. Now, everyone's not the same that way, and I'm not saying this is for you, but yeah, things seem to come clearer when everything is orderly or something. You know, like, yeah. It's oh, in the bottom of the deck, it's an energy. You know what I mean? Untidiness is an energy. So, me too, Tanya. Me too. It is a terrible thing. But I'm working on that. I give myself days where I break from my own housework. It never gets out of control. But we all need a day of rest. I remember going on strike in my own household before when I had my family situation. I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm tired of doing everything. So I would just go on strike. But let me tell you, at the end of the day, All it did was give me more work. It's not like they would help out a little bit initially, but people have busy lives and shit. And then it was my need for order and tidiness, but at the same time, I will not live in a dirty place. So, and what I consider dirty in other people's is different. Untidiness and things out of order to me is synonymous with dirty. And I know it's not the same, but that's just me. And so there's the OCD. But you give yourself a break. You know what I mean? You say, okay, on Saturday, and I wish all people subscribe to the Sabbath, really. Friday night to Saturday evening, don't do nothing. Just chill, rest, don't clean, don't cook. Budget your little money to eat out or whatever it is. Like, I have your little nasties, but give yourself a day where you're not having to do everything. Where, it's not going to implode, I promise you. You can just chill. Chill. I don't care what you do. Watch something, but if you watch TV, use your metaphysical mind. Use your third eye to watch shit. Fuck that. Read a book. Sleep, whatever. Give yourself a home beauty treatment. I don't care, but do for you. Don't tidy. Don't do for others. Just find a day where it's just for you. Ooh, the white towel bathroom. All right, Carolyn, have a good night. Yeah. Oh, the white towel. Listen, child, I know. I've rerouted. You think you want white towel, and you think you want white grout. Oh, until you have to restore and strip that shit. But they do have some pretty good cleaners in it. I will say that. I don't have them problems no more. All right, folks. I love y'all. I really, really do. But I'm going to go eat. I'm going to be a human being. A good natural cleaner. Shit, post it to the community board. Let us know what your good natural cleaner is. Share the wealth. Knowledge is power, huh? That's perfect, Darcy. Merry Christmas! And if you celebrate, happy Hanukkah. And I'm sure I'll do another video before Kwanzaa starts. But, in case, happy Kwanzaa. Shit. Love y'all. Light and love. Stay safe, please. Don't get too tore up, okay? No drinking and driving. Get a designated day or stay where you are. Light and love. Bye.